everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will see how to complete this challenge lab, set up a Google Cloud network. So you get 1 hour 15 minutes to complete this challenge lab, and in this challenge lab there are 3 tasks. So let's go through the challenge scenario before starting the lab. So in this challenge lab we will be performing this task. We will be creating a network and we will add firewall to that network, and then we'll create a resources in that network, and we'll check how these resources can successfully communicate with each other. So let's start this lab. We are in the GCP console. Here click on VPC network. So as you can see, there is a default network. Now we'll be creating new VPC network. So this is a custom VPC network which we are creating, and the VPC name will be this. So copy this name. After that, subnet creation mode, it will be custom. So if you select automatic, it will automatically create the subnets and assign the IP ranges. But in this lab we need to create a custom subnets. So select that custom. Here click on new subnet and then edit subnet. This is the first subnet which we are creating. Copy the subnet name, and for this subnet the region should be US West 1, and IP stack type we need to set it to single stack, and IPv4 range should be this. So I'll be copying this IPv4 range. Next, under region it should be US West 1. So select the region, IPv4 range. I'll be pasting the one which I have copied. So here you need to select IP stack type as single stack, and IPv4 range you have to provide the IP address which you get in your lab. Once you update this, you can click on done. Again we need to add one more subnet. So click on add subnet, provide the name for the second subnet. So let's copy this, and the region for this subnet is Europe West 4. In this region we are creating this subnet, and IP address range will be this. So I will copy this. The region should be Europe West 4. IP address range, let's copy this, provide it here. Once it is done, you can click on done. When copying the name, ensure that you don't have any space here after that name. So once done, you can click on done here. So now we have added 2 subnets. So in this task we are just creating VPC network and 2 subnets. You can scroll down and click on create. So this is a custom VPC network which we are creating now. So now the VPC network is created. So you can go back here. Let's proceed with task 2, add firewall rules. On this network, your team will need to be able to connect to Linux and Windows machines using SSH and RDP, as well as diagnose network communication issues via ICMP. Create a firewall rule named. So this is a firewall rule name. So they have provided the configuration here. Set the priority to 1000, traffic to ingress and action to allow, and the target should be set to all instances in the network and IPv4 ranges. So when we set this range, it means all. It allows all IP ranges. Set the protocol to TCP and port to 22. So let's create this. So here we can go to firewall. Click on create firewall rule. Copy this firewall rule name. You need to select the network. So the priority is 1000, direction of traffic is ingress, action on match allow. Here under targets, click on this drop down, select all instances in the network. Next, source filter IPv4 ranges. Here we need to provide that IP range. So 0.0.0 means it allows all IP range. Next, you need to select TCP, then click on create. So next we will create one more firewall rule. Click on create firewall rule. Copy this firewall rule name. Network, you ensure that you select this VPC network which you have created, and the priority, set the priority to this. So let's copy this. So here direction of traffic will be ingress, action on match is allow. Here select all instances in the network. Under source IPv4 range, just provide that. Next under protocols and ports, Set the protocol to TCP and port to 3389. So the port will be 3389. Click on create. After this, we will create one more firewall rule. Click on create firewall rule. Copy this. Select the VPC network. So direction of traffic is ingress, action on match is allow, specify target tags. So under targets, you need to select all instances in the network and source IPv4 address range. So let's copy this. Under source IPv4 ranges, you need to give those to IP address range, and protocols and ports, you can select other. So you can give ICMP. Click on create. So these are the firewall rules which we have created just now. So this you can see. So now we can go back, click on check my progress. This should be complete now. So we have created network, we created subnetworks, and we created the firewall rule. Next, task 3, add VMs to your network. Create a virtual machine in each subnet and confirm that the machines can communicate with each other using a protocol that you already set up. Each machine will use network tags that the firewall rules need to allow network traffic. Create an instance name US test1 in subnet. So in this subnet we will be creating this instance and we will be setting the zone to US West 1. So let's create that. So I will be copying this name. Let's go to compute engine. Click on create instance. Instance name, provide this. So you need to select region as US West 1 and the zone should be US West 1A. And the machine type will be general purpose E2. Here under advanced option, you can click on this drop down. Under networking, click on this networking here. So here you need to select VPC network here, and the subnetwork should be this one, subnet A 17MZ. In US West 1 only this subnet is available, that's why it is listing only this. Once you select this, you can click on create. So by the time this instance gets created, let's create another instance. Click on create instance. So here let's copy this instance name, provide the instance name here, and here the region will be Europe West 4A, Europe West 4, Europe West 4A. So select that. So leave rest of the defaults as is. Just scroll down towards the advanced option, networking, network interface, select the VPC network, subnet BS103. So this is the one which is available in Europe region. So you can click on create. The first instance is in ready state. Now both the instances are up. Next we need to verify you can connect your VM. Now do a few exercises to test the connection to your VMs. Switch back to the console and navigate to compute engine. So let's perform this. So first let's connect to this. You can click on SSH. So in the SSH window of US test 01, type the following command to use an ICMP echo against US test 02. So let's copy the internal IP address of the second instance. So this is the second instance, I have copied that. Ping -C3 followed by the internal IP address of the instance 2. So we should get this output, 3 packets transmitted, there was 0 packet loss. So this ping is working fine. Use ping to measure the latency between instances between all the regions. To observe the latency, run the following command after opening an SSH window on the US test 01. So let's perform this as well. So we will copy this here. Let's execute that. So once done, you can click on check my progress. So we have completed this task as well. This was a simple lab where we created one custom VPC network. Then we created 2 subnets in different region. Then we added a firewall rules. Later we added VM instances in that network. And then we tested the connection between these VMs. So once you complete this, you will get 100 out of 100 score in this. Once you have completed all the tasks in this lab, you can end this lab. You can click on end lab. This will end the lab. If you face any issues or difficulties completing any of this task in this lab, you can leave your comments under comment section in the video. I'll be happy to help. If you found my video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with the latest content on this channel. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.